Less than a week from Arizona's primary election and more than a month after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, we know abortion is a big topic in this year's midterm. And that's why all day long we've been taking an in-depth look at abortion in Arizona. Well, all new at 6, I talked with a doctor who's seen requests for vasectomies triple, with patients reacting to this historic decision. Brandon Lamb and his wife already decided they weren't going to have kids together. And then the overturning of Roe v. Wade forced them into their next move.
We got to the point when the Roe v. Wade happened where all of a sudden everything was much more real. Hey, this isn't something we can put off and just, yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. It's, oh, we need to take action now.
That action? Brandon getting a vasectomy to eliminate any potential health issues that might impact his wife, who is a type 1 diabetic.
It would have been higher risk than someone who's not a type 1 diabetic, right? Probably very complicated for her to manage her sugar consistently through there. And in some cases, it's very common for bed rest to happen, especially towards the end of the pregnancy. And those are just not things that she wanted to put her body through, and I totally agree.
Brandon is part of the surge that urologists are seeing across the country. Men seeking vasectomies after the Supreme Court's historic decision.
Certainly what I've seen is a lot of guys who have been considering doing this already, but now the timing of it is much more important. They feel a sense of urgency on this.
Dr. Mark Hong with Integrative Urology says it's important that whatever decision his patients make, it's fully thought out.
Vasectomy is meant to be permanent, even though it is reversible. You want to be sure you're done. And what we don't want, of course, are panic decisions, people who feel like, hey, I got to do this, but I'm not 100% sure.
Although most reversals are successful, Dr. Hong says there can be further complications.
The process of undergoing a reversal is going to be much more difficult, for example, have additional risks, even cost. So really, I mean, what we don't want to do and what we're screening for is for a guy to come in, hasn't really thought through their decision, but then also thinks that the vasectomy is kind of like an on and off switch, right?
Days after his vasectomy, Brandon says he is comfortable with his decision and feels almost at ease. But he questions why he was able to make a decision about his own body when his wife cannot.
I was talking to her about this, like I had complete autonomy to walk in here, have a conversation with Dr. Hong. Nobody scoffed at it. No one batted an eye. Middle-aged, white male wants to get a vasectomy. Cool, no problem. I don't really understand why everyone can't make their own decisions for themselves.